and I am going to share my whiteboard. Okay, all right. So I've shared my whiteboard and we are going to talk about the very first chapter of AS Math, specifically of P1, that is quadratics. Okay, all right. Now in quadratics, the first section is, I'll write down the section. Solving quadratic equations by factorization. Obviously, some of the content is going to be from O levels because we need to revise the old contents and then we can talk about the new stuff. But this is A level maths, right? This is basically from the book. Those who need the book can ask me. I'll just send them the PDF of the book and then we are good with it. Okay. So this is the very first chapter, specifically the very first unit, solving quadratic equations by factorization. By now, I'm pretty sure all of you would be knowing that we have two methods of solving any quadratic equation. First method is either you can factorize. If you are not able to factorize, then we use the quadratic formula, right? It totally depends on the question. Okay, let's do an example just so we are good with it. Okay, all right. Let's talk about question number 1. It says 6x squared plus 5 equals 17x. Okay. Now, what exactly is quadratics? Quadratics basically include every problem. It could be an inequality. It could be any equation that would be involving quadratic part. What is quadratic part? Quadratic basically means an equation or any inequality whose degree is 2. What is degree? Degree is the highest power of the variable. In short, if you did not understand anything, just know in quadratics, we will be looking into problems, equations, inequalities, which would be dealing with equations with degree 2. When I say degree 2, the highest power of the variable would be 2, right? Okay. This is the very first example. We will be solving it by factorization. So first of all, I need to write it down properly. It would become 6x squared minus 17x plus 5 equals 0. Now, obviously here we are talking about the content. So we specifically know that we will be doing it through factorization. In the exam, it is totally up to you. You can do it by factorization. You can do it by the formula. It's your choice. Okay, so what two factors can we make here? We need we need two numbers such that when we multiply them we get 30x squared, and when we add them, what should we get? Minus 17. So just think about factors. Take your time. It's okay. This is the first class. We
minus
get
15
30.
and minus 2.
Sorry, say it again.
Minus 15 and minus 2.
Very well done. Excellent. I would get 30x squared when I will multiply minus 2x and when I will multiply minus 15x. Initially, I will be going a bit slow because this is the first class. I don't want to go very fast because I understand ekdam se if you go very fast, some students are not very comfortable. Okay. Now we need to make sure that when we add this up, we should get minus 17x as well. Okay. I am going to get minus 17x from this, right? It is obvious. When I will add minus 2x and minus 15x, this would give me minus 17x. So the factors are clear. 6x squared minus 2x minus 15x plus 5 is equal to 0. I can take 2x common and it would give me 3x minus 1. And then I can take minus 3 common, so it would give me 3x minus 1 equals 0. And the two factors are 2x minus 3 and then 3x minus 1. Okay, this is how we do it by factorization. Once we have made the two factors, I know if this is giving me 0, either this would be 0 or this would be 0. So I can write it as 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 or 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. And this is going to give me x equals, yes?
Miss, isn't this meant to be minus 5?
sorry, 1 second. Yes, 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 you are right. You're right. Thank you so much. This is -5. I'm sorry about this. It would be -5 and then it would become 3x minus 1. This is what I am going to get. And I am going to get a 5 here. And this would give me 5 by 2. Yes, very good. Thank you so much. 5 by 2 and then it would give me 1 by 3. Yes, this is correct. Okay. These are going to be the two roots. So far we have discussed an example where we wanted to solve a quadratic equation by factorization. And here we are specifically focusing on factorization. Any confusions? Are we good with this one?
Yes.
Yes, we are good with this one.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Okay, now I'm going to clear the screen. And we are going to talk about another example which you guys will solve initially. You can just message me your answers directly if you don't want to say it out. If your answer is wrong, I would obviously not mention that. We'll solve it together, right? But practice is important and this is the O-level stuff. So you can give it a try. Another example from the same section. It says 9x squared minus 39x minus 30 equals 0. Please give it a try. Take 2 minutes and then just message me your answers directly. Well done, Rafi. Excellent. We got one correct answer. What about the other students? Please try doing it. Take another minute, try doing it. This practice is for you. Please take out your papers and pencils. You need to try it out with me. Otherwise, there's no point in just, sitting and listening. It's good that you practice in front of me. I know these questions are very easy and you guys can do it. But, if they're very easy, then try doing them right now. Quickly, please. I'm waiting. Whatever answers you're getting, just type them. Trust me, I would not say a single word if the answer is wrong. Yes, well done, Munja. Okay, let's try doing it together. Now, this is another quadratic equation which we need to solve by factorization. Now, what do we know? Now we know in order to solve any quadratic equation by factorization, I need to make factors. But if I look at this equation directly, 9, 30, and 39, I can see that there's something coming common in 3 of these numbers, and that is 3. So I can just take 3 common just so my equation is transformed into a simple quadratic equation, and it would become 3x squared minus 13x minus 10 equals 0. I can divide this 3 on the other side. When I will divide it on the other side, I am going to get 3x squared minus 13x minus 10 equals 0. This is the simplified version of this original quadratic equation. Again, we need to make factors. We need two numbers such that when I multiply them, I get minus 30x squared. And when I add it up, I get minus 13x. So what do you guys think here? What could be the two factors? Yes, please think about it. It is easy.
+2 and -15.
Okay, plus 2 and minus 15. Let's check. If I will take here plus 2x and I can take minus 15x, when I will multiply it, it would give me minus 30x squared. Very well done. And when I'm going to add it up, it would give me minus 13x. Excellent job. So we know that I would get 30 when I'll multiply 3 and 10. I would get 30 when I'll multiply 5 and 6. But I need to be sure about both of these things, right? So finally, when I will make the factors would be 3x plus 2 into x minus 5. These are going to be the two factors and I can equate both of them to 0. And it is going to give me x equals minus 2 by 3 or x equals 5. This is going to be the answer. Very well done, Munja and Rafi. Excellent. What about the other students? Are we good with this example or not? Any doubts? Please ask me. Feel free to ask me if you are not clear with this one. Yes, Faizan and Mustafa, are we good with this?
Yes, we are good with this. We
Okay.
can continue.
All right. Okay. Perfect. So I'll clear the screen again. Okay. The first two examples were typically quadratic equations which we had to solve, right? Now I'll write down another equation which initially would not look like a quadratic equation, but let's see. The question is 21 by x minus 2 by x plus 3 equals 1. This is the third question which I need to solve, and I'm pretty sure you guys must have seen such questions in O levels, but for some reason students have difficulties in solving such fraction questions, right? But you will see once I simplify this fraction, this is going to give me a quadratic equation. Okay, now I can see that there's a minus here. So first of all, I have two fractions with a minus between them. This minus is telling me that I need to take the LCM. Okay, I'll take the LCM, and in the denominator, I am going to have, we have a 2x here. In the denominator, I would get 2x multiplied by x plus 3. I have directly multiplied the two factors. Then in the numerator of the first fraction, I have 21. So I will be multiplying x plus 3, and then it is 2, and then here I will be multiplying 2x, and this is equal to 1. Okay, this is going to be the first step. I'll repeat. We have an equation that has two fractions with a minus sign. I need to take the LCM. How do we take the LCM? I will be multiplying this and this. When I multiply both of these, I need to make sure that I make some changes in the numerators as well. In order to get 2x into x plus 3 here, I need to multiply x plus 3. So I will be multiplying x plus 3 in the numerator as well. Okay, here is x plus 3 and I will be multiplying 2x here. So I will be multiplying 2x in the numerator as well. This is what my equation would look like. Now I will simplify. I am going to take this entire thing on the right side. So it would give me 21 x plus 3 minus 4x equals 2x into x plus 3. This is what my equation would look like. Now I am going to simplify this. 21 into x would give me 21x plus 21 into 3 would give me 63. then minus 4x, 2x into x would give me 2x squared, and then 2x into 3 would give me 6x. I am going to simplify this entire thing and I would get 2x squared minus 11x minus 63 equals 0. This is going to be my final quadratic equation. So this is what I had in the beginning. This was just a question with two fractions. And after simplifying, I got this quadratic equation. Please solve this quadratic equation and tell me the values of x. Just try doing it. If you guys are not able to do it, then I'll do it. Don't think about it as a quiz or something of that type. It is not that straightforward. It would take time because factorization would be a bit difficult here, but please try doing it. It is not that difficult. Very well done, Munja. Excellent. Okay, let's try doing it together now. Very good. Okay, now I would agree that this is not very straightforward. And if you come across a question in the exam, just go for the quadratic formula. If you will waste your time in thinking about the factors, this would take time. But since the first section is factorization, solving a quadratic equation through factorization, so I am going to prefer that, right? Okay. So we are at this point that we have this quadratic equation. Okay, now when I will multiply 2 with minus 63, it is going to give me
minus 126.
Yes, very good. Minus 126x squared, and I have minus 11x. Okay, so you would be having 126 in front of you on the calculators. When you will multiply 63 and 2, start dividing it by random numbers. Divide it by 8. Okay, it's not working. Divided by, let's say, 6, that is giving you 21. 6 and 21 would not work here. Okay, then 126 divided by 7, and we are getting 18. Okay, this means that 7x multiplied by minus 18x would give me minus 126x squared, and when I will add them up, it would give me minus 11. So these are going to be the quadratic factors, right? So I can write it as 2x squared plus 7x minus 18x minus 63 equals 0. I can take x common and it would give me 2x plus 7 here. Then we can take minus 9 common because 9 is coming in both of them. And it is going to give me 2x plus 7 equals 0. The first factor would be x minus 9. The second factor would be 2x plus 7 equals 0. And finally, I am going to get x equals 9 and x equals minus 7 by 2. So these are going to be my two quadratic roots. Okay, these are called the roots of the equation. Okay, any confusions? We have one last question and that is it for today. Please tell me if you are good with it or not. We would be done with the first section. Anything that is coming to your mind, all the students? Any confusions from some O-level content, anything?
No.
Okay, all right. So I suppose it is clear. Okay, so I am going to clear the screen. Next, we have a word problem in the exam. Yes, the examiner can give you a 2-mark question of this type, but not directly, right? These questions, we will be talking about past paper questions in a few days. So then you will see that such type of questions would certainly come, but in a big question as a small part, right? Mainly, quadratics would be used in some difficult word problems. For now, we will talk about one word problem that is from the first section. I'll read it out and I'll write down the important things. Okay. A rectangle has sides of length x centimeter and 6x minus 7 centimeters. So imagine that we have a rectangle and this rectangle has sides. This one is x centimeters and this one is 6x minus 7 centimeters. Okay, this is a word problem, but it would be using, we will be using quadratics here. Okay, all right. The area of the rectangle is 90 centimeters squared. So the area of this rectangle is 90 centimeters squared. Find the lengths of the sides of the rectangle. Okay, now it is easy. This is your first length. This one is second length. We know that area of a rectangle is basically length multiplied by width. So what is area? Area is 90. You can think about the length as 6x minus 7 and the width as x. Okay. And now we are going to simplify this. So 90 would come as it is. 6x would be multiplied with this x and we will get 6x squared minus 7x. And now I can just simplify this and I am going to get a typical quadratic equation, which would look something of this type. 6x squared minus 7x minus 90 equals 0. Okay, now again, you need to solve it by factorization. So first of all, I need to think about it if I can just simplify this quadratic equation or not, right? I can see that I do not have a number that is coming common in 3 of them. So what is the next thing? I need to make the factors. Yes. Can anyone tell me the 2 factors directly?
Um, 20 and minus 27.
Okay, 20 and minus 27. Very good job. And this would be done through hit and trial method. Okay, let's check that out first. We need minus 540 x squared and we have 20x multiplied by minus 27x. When I will multiply this, it would give me minus 540x squared. When I will add them up, it would give me minus 7x. Very well done. Excellent. Good job, Rafe. Okay, let's solve this now. 6x squared plus 20x minus 27x minus 90 is equal to 0. This is what we are going to get, right? And then I can just factorize it. You guys know how to factorize it now. So it would give me 2x minus 9 and it would give me 3x plus 10 equals 0. And finally, when I will equate them to 0, it would give me x equals 9 by 2 and it would give me x equals minus 10 by 3. So these are going to be my roots of this equation, right? Now you guys have seen the question could be of any type. It totally depends on the examiner, but you will be solving it through quadratics. Any confusions?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right, well done. Okay, now that is it. The next section would be completing the square. We will be talking about it in the next class. I will be, one second, let me stop recording and then I'll